the transition to online learning was a little bit strange because you're used to, going into a place, going into a lecture for a certain time, and you kind of have your routines built up around that. But over the summer we were told a lot by the teaching staff and the university sort of what was going to happen, the approaches they were going to take, and they called it a hybrid approach. So a lot of it is online, some of it is in person, but it is very much broken down.
The transition to online learning has been an interesting one, but I think a really positive one overall. I think that the lecturers have put in so much work to make sure that we're all staying connected. There's all sorts of extra opportunities for things like tutorials, catch-up sessions. There's so much pre-recorded material as well, sort of in the online spaces. So there's always sort of something to access. Lecturers are readily available to talk to. I would say I feel more engaged actually, which I didn't think would be the case, but I think I do, and I know a few friends have sort of said the same thing. So it's been really quite positive.
We have in our modules, we have been using mainly Microsoft Teams, which I was a bit nervous to use because I've never used it before. So I didn't really know what to expect. It's very easy to navigate though, and obviously when we are on, we can obviously see our lecturers and we can see everybody else in the chat, which is good, and obviously they record all of them as well. So I think that's been a good positive thing, because sometimes when I'm in a lecture on campus I struggle to write everything down so quick, so having it online and recorded, it means I can always go back to it.
Quite nicely, all the students have an Office 365 account for free, so we didn't have to buy any software, you just had to get it installed, and there were little workshops and workarounds, and the technical staff were really good at helping you out if you had any issues. So it's been pretty smooth, and it's just another way to learn, which has been working out all right so far.
Our tutors were very much like there when we needed, like they were always in an email, like you'd never wait more than 24 hours for a response. Felt like we got a lot of support, which was good, because it was a bit of, I mean, it's scary enough doing a master's, but having a pandemic thrown in as well just made things very difficult at times.
Half of our lessons are physical and half of it is online, but obviously as a graphic design student you're mainly meant to be like in a physical studio, so you have to do like experimentation and developments and stuff, because half of our work that we do we have to physically do it and half of it is on the computer. So whereas most courses do like essays and stuff, whereas we have to like do it by hand. So it was really difficult to get the grasp of it, but for now it's going smoothly.
During the previous years I was like quite adapted to uni, like I would go in like every other day trying to do my work there, because like I felt more comfortable doing it outside rather than from my home, because like I feel like there's too many distractions here. But surprisingly I have been able to like work quite well, and like I mean, my teachers have been like setting up assignments like every week, so they've already like been quite determined with that as well. So like I feel like that's encouraged me to work better from home, which I thought I couldn't really quite do before.
The tutors have put together a really comprehensive package of videos which they release prior to any timetabled session. So we are able to see the videos and then do any practical work which we can in the limited time that we have in the department now. It's beneficial to me in the respect that the video is there and I can keep going back to it. So instead of having a taught session where we would just have it, and if you missed anything then you have to try and sort of catch up yourself, we now have a video which we can refer to. So I'm finding that extremely beneficial, to be honest.
Yes, so we all keep a distance, obviously. There's stickers everywhere. We've been given a full health and safety before we came into the university. There's hand sanitizers around in each department as well that you use, and a spray bottle and blue roll that you use to clean down the area after each use. Yes, it's been very good. They've been very on top of wear your masks, keep a distance, only a set amount of people in per room, very clear on the door as well, so it's been very good.
Even before, coronavirus became a massive thing, we obviously did have guest speakers on campus, so it could be past graduates who's working in with amazing brands like Gymshark or Burberry right now. But I think it's made things a lot easier knowing that because people's working from home, it makes it a lot more easier to set up these guest talks. So I think that's probably one of the main things that's been really pleasant about going online, because obviously our course is very, like, fashion journalism, so creative, so I think it is quite hard, but I think that's one of the great things about going online. We have had a lot more guest speakers, which is really good because it's very inspiring, especially in these tough times.
Your lecturers are just constantly, they're always reaching out, and we're always getting contacted by course reps and the school coordinator and the student union just to check how things are going, and I know there's been a lot of changes because of that, which has been really, really positive too. So they do listen to you as well, you're not just sort of left in your room doing uni by yourself. I've had a lot more interaction with my lecturers this term.
So I would certainly say don't decide not to do it, because there is a way around it and you'll still have a fantastic experience.
At the end of the day, if you can't, like, you need to take some time off as well. You need to have some relaxation, like breathe, and then do your working as well, like take regular breaks. And at the end of the day, you've got so much support at the uni. Like, I've had so much support from the university.
I think one of the main things that surprised me, but in a nice way, is just how resilient we've become as students. I mean, I'm in my final year now, and I think throughout the course we've been taught to plan ahead, always have contingency plans, always have something else going, or be open to flexibility or trying something different if the thing you're planning doesn't quite go to plan. So, you know, if we can't do a project for whatever reason, we know that, you know, we've got the experience, we've got the skills, we've got the support to be able to do that, and it's been quite rewarding, really, just knowing that in the real world after we graduate, if any problems arise, we'll be very well equipped to handle them. So, well, it has been very, very difficult, and it is quite scary sometimes, just knowing in yourself and having that confidence that you've got resilience and you can bounce back, and you can do things slightly differently if you need to, look at it from another way. It's actually been quite a nice thing as well.